If it isn't the engine.
Oh wow, I'm getting really sick of looking at this. Right, so first port of call is I never really found a good way to remove the headlight from the Fiesta. It's kind of an annoying fact of life with this car that you just kind of have to sort of rip it out, I think. I mean, you can do things to help yourself, like drop the bit down in the engine bay. Here's where we're going with this anyway. So we've got the alternator here, which is acting as a sort of a tensioner, because this car doesn't have an automatic tensioner for the belt for some reason. And this bolt's got to come off, this bolt's got to come off, and I got to loosen the one off down here as well, so that the alternator can just sort of swing out the way. Once that swings out the way, you can actually just slacken the belt off. But this car is the one that comes with air conditioning, and as a tragic side effect of this, the drive belt goes behind the air conditioning compressor, and it looks like it's going to be an absolute to get off. So that's where we're at. I'm thinking that I will drop the coolant expansion tank next. Fun little fact about me, this coolant expansion tank was actually the very first job I ever did on a car. These crack all the time. Yeah. In fact, it was so long ago now that this one is also beginning to turn yellow slightly. Still looks a million times better than the original one did, but you know, it's just a fun little fact.
Hey!
No, what am I gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? If I get a jug, it's probably wise that I clean up. It's coming up. It's coming up.
It's coming up. It's there.
Oh.
He sings it like a ghost does.
How many times have you heard a ghost sing "Dare"?
What times do you think?
Yeah, fair enough. It's coming up. So this one's coming out now. And any second now, there it is. So now the alternator's loose. There's the belt, that belts. And we just slip it off the alternator. Like that, and it's gone. That's it.
Like that.
It's over. It's so over.
So we've decided just to cut this thing.
Yeah.
Because
well, I mean,
aircon doesn't work already.
The aircon doesn't work.
And it will technically save you a tiny bit of fuel economy.
I don't think it's going to be dragging on the engine.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure that it's definitely the aircon and not like, I mean, I'm like 100% sure it is, but I don't want to do it. Oh god, this hurts. Not like physically, but just emotionally. So that's the old auxiliary drive belt. There it is. And let's just show the audience. It's a little bit perished.
Just focus on that a little bit.
It's a little bit perished. The rubber is very hard, but yeah, there's no surprise why this wasn't working. So
on goes the new one.
On goes the new one, and this is pretty easy. So kind of gotta pass this down through the engine bay. I swear to God, if this video is just shots of my arse, I'll kill you. It goes underneath the water pump, like so.
Finally got that back on.
Yeah, talk about making a mountain out of a molehill. This was just supposed to be a really dead simple belt swap.
Surprisingly difficult.
And now I don't have AC. Well, you know, the bolt is just so in there, you know.
The bolt is in there.
Just so in there. Right, let's get that coolant expansion tank back on and pretend that we know what we're doing and that we did the job really quickly and this didn't take 3 hours. There we go. Oh, cark, guys, I've gone and carked it.
Right.
That, you know, because I'm always saying that. That's my classic catchphrase. Oh, cark. That's what I used to say back when I was in Clark Academy. It's a prestigious school where they teach the martial arts. Right. Soup's on, who wants some?
Oh, I am thirsty.
I'm just gonna clean my funnel. I don't want to contaminate the, I don't want to contaminate the carefully handled antifreeze. Is this abuse? Like, am I abusing this car?
No?
I think this might actually constitute some sort of vehicular abuse.
I don't think that's a thing.
Well, no, I know it's not against the law.
Social security ain't gonna fucking show up.
Well, no, because that's not what social security does or deals with.
Yeah.
But
God,
I think you're thinking of social services.
I am thinking of social services. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
But
yeah, social security. Beautiful.
Drink up, baby girl. In it goes. You know what the best part about this is?
What?
It's not squeaking anymore.
Look at that new belt. Look at that tiny new belt. Spinning along. Don't touch it.
Don't touch the belt. Right.
So.
Right. Hello, audience. Noah, would you like to demonstrate for our lovely audience at home? Please get in and turn the wheel. Dear. Well, look, I had to replace the belt, okay? I wasn't... This is on me. This is my fault.
You did have to replace it. I thought we like triple, double checked.
That it was the AC compressor.
Yeah.
Guess not, huh? So. Well, considering I don't have the parts to fix it, because you may have seen earlier, I kind of... so, I guess we're just going to have to leave it. I guess next on the agenda, get a power steering belt. This is a little guy. He's just a little guy, but he does so much. Right.
Let's get the coolant tank back off.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I really don't want to do this. It's already a pretty good fit.
There it is.
Maybe I could just, put Rubble in here and she could drive the power steering,
So we've got the belt about halfway on it. I'm just going to try and run it.
If this works, I'll be impressed. And if it doesn't work, I'll be unsurprised.
Plug number 3.
Just a reminder for the audience again, the sun is going down. We are still changing the belt, even though I am now taking the spark plugs out of the head of the engine. So I'm wearing different clothes because it is a different day. And you've just completely missed all of what we've done because it was kind of like a stress thing. We're just like, oh, I've got to get the car back together. But should we explain what we've done? Because I haven't seen any videos that explain this in any specific detail. This is the method I used. So what I've done is, well, to turn the crankshaft, you've got to get either a socket on the end of the crankshaft pulley. I don't have a socket that will fit. I don't know. Can you get the camera down in? God, you're really not going to be able to see that. It's way too dark. But
yeah, it's way too dark.
Essentially.
Oh no, I can get it like that. There we go. It's alright.
Right. Essentially, there's no room to get a wrench in there whilst placing the belt on. So what we've decided to do instead is
a lot of people use the
zip tie method, but that won't work on this car because it has a solid pulley. It doesn't have any holes in it for you to get a zip tie through. So what we have done instead is and I really wouldn't recommend this actually because I have my fingers in the way. But what I did was I've put the car up, so obviously the car's got an open differential, so with the spark plugs removed, and the transmission in 5th gear, I can quite easily, if you can have a look down there, you can actually see that I'm quite easily just turning the crankshaft using the transmission. So what I did was had Noah turn the wheel in 5th gear, and I basically used and I really wouldn't recommend this, it was a kind of a last-ditch resort because I could not get a hold of the tool that I need to do this properly. Was I slipped it on with my fingers. Was I risking losing my fingers to do this? Yeah, I think so. There was quite a high risk of my fingers getting crushed.
It wasn't that high.
There is
Yeah, it wasn't amazing.
There is a link in the description to the correct tool that you're supposed to use to do this, and I would recommend that instead.
It's quite hard to find.
It's very hard to find, especially around here. No one has one. So should we get the engine back together?
Yeah.
Yippee! Right, what, 5th outfit change of the video? Yeah, it's been... Crikey, when did we start this? Late November?
That sounds alright.
Yeah.
I don't know, I want to say that.
Yeah, okay, probably. So yeah, like what, a month and a half, 2 months this has taken? Basically what I wanted to say was, the thing that struck me about the video, watching it back in the edit, was, and the reason that I've left the video the way it is I think that it kind of just serves a good sort of example for how to employ humility as a mechanic, or just really any aspect of life. Because I messed up, and you saw that, and you know, and also you got to see my absolutely appalling attempt of putting it right as well.
It worked. I think it worked.
It worked. No, it absolutely worked. And to be honest with you, when it comes to using a belt puller, or a stretch belt installer, I guess you would call it, the trick with turning the wheel, not a bad one, but please use the proper tool. That I didn't get my fingers in the way of the belt as it was going over the pulley, but I did. I did still have my fingers close to where the pulley met, so it's just not a good idea. Please don't do it that way. Please use the proper tool. It's £3 on Amazon. You can't buy fingers for £3. So it drives. It is a car. And to be honest with you, I think the lesson here is not one of how to fix an accessory drive belt. Because
although that is also a lesson.
Well, no, now you know how to do that. But also, I think the other, arguably more important thing here is when you make a mistake, tell yourself about it. But also, don't be afraid to tell other people about it. At least, you know, if they're good people, then they shouldn't judge you for it. And make fun of your mistakes too.